Coffee talk.
The mic says, I got I'm going, it's ready to get down.
It doesn't want to hear me
That's
today.
awesome. Welcome to Coffee Talk. Thank you to EFB, Electric Fountain Brewing here in Quincy, for graciously giving us the opportunity to spill the tea.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes we have hot tea. Today it's pretty cold out, so.
Yeah, and our topics, you know, some of it was hot, some of it was not.
Yeah.
We'll start with the shopping one. I mean,
okay.
Let's start with shopping.
Did you get a lot done?
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
Like, if anything, I made it worse because I was trying to find deals, and I ended up finding deals for myself. I'm always I'll get you. Yep.
One for me.
Yeah.
I have tried really hard not to do that this year. I think I've done pretty well. However, I started early and now realize that in starting early, I just keep finding more things that and then my kiddos are like, oh, I really want this. And then I really want this. And I know it's not about quantity, but a lot of the things that they're mentioning now are things that I'm like, duh, that's not just going to be junk. They need that
could
stuff.
Use it.
Yeah.
And then do you notice like things, like, so you started early, but now you're seeing the deals flash.
Yeah.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
That doesn't entice you?
Well, it used to, and we talked about this a little bit the other day, because I used to really enjoy the occasion of Black Friday shopping.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting out, the sales were actually, they were something to write home about. You know, you're like, ooh, I gotta go get this because it's X amount dollars off, or it's this discount, blah, 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 or you get this with it, or did you see Target's swag bag that they gave? Did you see this? Oh, what a piss poor excuse for a swag bag. Okay, so they had people lining up before the store opened, and it was all over social media. And I can't say that it happened here in Quincy, so don't crucify me over this, but they had like a shopping bag, and it said it was full of goodies. In the bottom, there was like a pack of gum. There was like 3 little bitty things in the bottom.
That
of this
was
bag.
the goodies?
Yeah, that was the swag bag.
What was the bag? Was the bag nice?
I don't think it was anything super.
Not Kate Spade?
No, and it's not like go stand in the cold and camp out worthy. You know what I'm saying? Where it used to be like Best Buy and even like a JCPenney or a Kmart or Shopko, they would have things that were like, oh yeah, differentiate themselves from other stores. Now it's just kind of like, oh, well, I'll just wait till the day after Black Friday when they carry those specials over.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And they're online, and they're in store. They don't have there's no real draw to it. And then Cyber Monday is an extension of those, plus some things.
Yeah, and then you don't have to be around the people.
Right.
To pack the shooters in your purse to fight somebody for a TV at Walmart.
Although, that's what I liked about it.
That's kind of what I liked about it, too.
Yeah, like go to Kelly's, have a Bloody Mary, go shop, come back, have some lunch, have another drink.
Have another Bloody Mary.
Yeah, go have some fun with it. Because it did get me in the holiday spirit. Now, I did find one thing, Cyber Monday, that was like $20 off, I told you about.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're looking at the price of this thing and you're like, oh, hell no, I'm not spending that much money on it, $20 makes it a little more tolerable.
I Cyber Monday'd some Victoria's Secret because I don't really like to have to buy bras, but it's a necessity.
Oh my God.
Now that we don't have one here, it's, I guess online will do, and they have some decent deals. But yeah, I think Cyber Monday has ultimately ruined Black Friday because we don't like being people-y.
Yeah.
But I will say that I noticed, especially from a lot of our clients and sponsors here at Muddy River, a lot of those people had Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
And those were some of them, those were worth getting out for.
Yes.
And I'm kind of ticked that I missed a couple, so I'm calling them up and I'm like, hey, can I still please? But yeah, they had, like, for example, Crazy Town had an awesome punch card.
Yes, they did.
I don't know if they'll still be doing sales in the future. A couple other people, like Hands On Therapy, had a really good, it was like $30 off one of their normal hour-long sessions. That is on my Christmas list this year.
Yeah.
It's like a physical therapy.
Okay.
But massage therapy.
Sure.
It's not necessarily a massage, but they're going to
They're going to work on your body.
To the problem.
Yeah.
And then you have your choice of like a sauna or a red light therapy session afterwards.
That sounds right up my alley.
These, local businesses, I think that's the reason why I still like want to pump up Black Friday. But they can have Shop Small Saturday.
Yeah,
that totally got canceled because of the weather.
Yeah, some people still showed up as much as they could. I know a lot of people opened and then had to close, and then
I think they're going to try and redo another one.
I hope so.
Here locally this upcoming Saturday. I could be wrong, but if so, I'll make a post and an announcement about that.
It would be cool if they would do it. I know Sundays are not normally a good day to be open, but before the parade that's been rescheduled, that might be kind of neat, especially downtown.
Yep.
But just an idea. But I do love shopping local. And I think the vicious cycle of people waiting for Cyber Monday and not being people-y, they go hand in hand, right? You're not people-y because you're getting used to shopping online, and then the more you shop online, the less people-y you get.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know that we're ever going to get
people-y again.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the next subject, kind of. Mm-hmm. So sad news that happened over the weekend was a woman's body was found in Washington Park.
Right.
The causes they said were natural by nature.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure exactly what it means. The
I don't know
details
what
on
that
that
means,
have not been completely spread out, but what has is people jumping to conclusions. Reading those comments, it was so disheartening to see just all of it. And I think a lot of the jumping to conclusions went to this person was homeless because a lot of homeless people hang out in Washington Park, this, and this. Come to find out she wasn't, she was a resident at the Lincoln Douglas Apartments from across the street. Again, we're all jumping to conclusions. But it did bring up the subject of homelessness and what is the city's part to play in that.
Yeah,
because
what are we doing about it?
immediately people are like, oh, we can have a sports complex, but we can't, we let people die on the streets. It's like we're really comparing different things there, I feel like. I get the overall sentiment of it, but also to what degree is it the city's responsibility to stop homelessness? I understand this is not something we want in our community, but I guess to what degree do you think the responsibility is?
Well, I don't know, because I think obviously I'm human. I want no one to suffer.
Absolutely.
I want no animal to suffer. I don't want to see suffering on any level, especially when it's children, homeless, veterans. It's just...
And the cold.
It seems inexcusable. It seems like we should be doing something. But I also have to go back to, to what extent does the city provide for homeless, and then what does that do to the homeless population in Quincy? I mean, obviously, I hate the sentiment of if you build it, they will come, but the more resources you have to offer for homeless individuals, we're going to amass more people.
That, and then those resources get inundated, and we still have possibly the same problem because we're not hitting the problem at the core.
Right.
Just some thoughts that I had. I would rather read them so I didn't lose it. But it's very difficult to deal with homelessness by dealing with homes. So a lot of people on the comment section was like, we need to have places for these people. Mm-hmm. But it isn't so much about places to live as it is about mental illness and drug addiction. I know we've talked about this, and I'm not saying, like, right off the bat, I'm not saying every homeless person is a drug addict or mentally ill.
Yeah.
But we can't ignore the fact that there are correlations there, and it does oftentimes go hand in hand because you almost have to be on the bridge of one of those to allow yourself to completely get to the point where, and not reaching out for or relocating for places that have resources where you're down to your, nothing. And I get it. Also, so how do we treat it if it's not necessarily about homes? Because, like I said, it is about mental health and drug addiction. Well, also those drug addictions aren't always on the people. Like, I want that to be clear too. We treat our big pharma is treating things with addicting substances, and then we're just letting them go. So right there, people seek out for help and then in turn get a drug addiction, Like, I mean, I know that's kind of extreme, but this
it's not. I think it's
happening.
This goes. It's happening, and it's really unfortunate. And I think that, yes, I don't think providing homes is not the answer to a lot of these situations. I do think providing shelter in extreme situations is something that is different than providing homes for people who are unhoused, or, whatever is the PC way to say it. I think that offering shelters, and this is where we talked about this a lot last year, and I know there's liabilities, and I know there's insurance deals, but where are the churches? Because I think that there's a moral obligation there, and I'm not taking a moral high ground, because obviously I can't take in a bunch of strangers for safety and other obvious reasons, but I do think that we have to have somewhere for these people to go. I know the Salvation Army has limitations. I also know that some of the other shelters don't take people who are convicted felons, so we have to do something, I think. But to jump to the conclusion that this person was homeless or on drugs or froze to death, I think it shows that people are concerned that this is an issue in our town.
I think, I think they used this as
it's their platform.
Yeah. But so when we talk about low income housing too, if you said you use that as a shelter, we find low income housing, we use that as a shelter, but not permanent shelter.
Right.
That's not possible right now, because even the low income housing is being swiped off the market like this.
Yeah.
We have an inflation issue. Obviously, I'm talking about homelessness, but this also leads into the tax levy issue.
It all goes hand in hand.
So when you're looking for, you have these small homes, landlords are coming in and snagging those right up. A landlord will pay more than what a single family would pay for a house, knowing one, that they're able to, and two, they can rent this for a crazy amount. Our rental situation also, I think, plays a part into our drug problem and the mental health problem.
Sure.
When your rent is $1,500 a month for something that, the landlord is paying $600 to the bank for, there's a problem there.
Yeah.
People are working 3 jobs to make rent locally, and it gets to the point where you're just working, and hopelessness sets in.
Yeah.
Therefore, that's where the drugs maybe set in too. I mean, if I was having to work 3 jobs again just to make ends meet, just to make rent to a house that I don't even get to sit in because I'm working all the time,
right,
I might just say F it and
I think
light up my crack pipe.
Right? Well, I mean, I'm giggling at that because it's just obviously drug addiction comes from other things, but we are one diagnosis, one firing, one pretty shitty day away from being in a really uncertain circumstance. And I think that, like I said, going back to when people are commenting or jumping to conclusions, I think it does highlight a very important topic, and that is, what are we doing as a community? I'm not putting it on the city. What are we doing as a community to show up for people, especially in these extreme needs? We have, you always see people on social media who are there's this dog out here that's freezing, and people kind of step up, right? What are we doing for the human beings that are in that same position? We have to have an answer, and I'm not putting it on the city. I'm not fully putting it on the churches. I'm not putting it on individuals, but there has to be an answer for at least temporary something or another during these extreme situations.
So I think shelter is number 1, like you said, for extreme situations, but then 2, the overall picture is we do have to get affordable housing under control in our community.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can cap something and say, as a landlord, you can only have this. I mean, it's a monopoly out there to the point where we can't have, rentals are not affordable.
No, they're not.
And then we're also saying, the prices of housing is going up, but it's almost it's an artificial inflation.
Yeah.
Not only with our landlord problem of, marking up your rentals, but also just the value of the dollar, it's not what it used to be, so.
Yeah. But it's that housing is a necessity, so you can charge what the landscape allows, and our landscape is allowing some pretty incredible pricing.
I mean, when I look at the Quincy Rentals page or anything like that, just for, sometimes it's for shits and giggles, sometimes it's for friends, whatnot. It brings me to tears.
Yeah.
I remember having a super nice house, 10 years ago that I was renting. And now what that house would be is not only it's triple. Like it would be triple what I was paying.
Sure.
And I'm not making triple of what I made 10 years ago.
I had a mortgage. My first mortgage was $750 a month. My first mortgage on a very nice home.
Yeah.
So, and I know not everybody can, get mortgage because of credit scores and whatever, which brings me to my next point.
Yeah.
So aside from the inflationary pricing, the monopoly that's happening, the shortage, the mental health, the drug addiction, everything that's facing almost every community these days, we have to have resources to help people overcome some of this. And when I'm saying resources, so I was talking to our favorite Ann Boland, and I was like, I wanted, in my perfect world, I would have a resource center that doubles as a daycare and as temporary housing, and not only provides these short-term solutions, but also gives people, an opportunity to learn things they may not know, to maybe take that next step to do themselves better and be, members of the community that don't have to worry about where they're sleeping that night or how to get a job. I mean, I know there are a lot of resources out there for people who are really searching for them, but what about the people who don't really know where to start? And how do we reach those people? And how do we make sure that they're not only warm on cold nights, but have, a meal, but also make it a point where it's not a permanent solution, because we need to be able to rear them to the next level, so that we're not just bringing more people in to suck off of resources that we don't really have to begin with.
The problem with that, and I hate pushing back on it because it does sound like whatever.
Pie in the sky. No.
Yep.
Yeah.
The mental health part of it. These people are, I don't want to say these people, but like some of the people.
Some individuals,
that you are referring to are not able to
They're not capable.
It's just not.
Well, and in that case, then we need to find a resource for them, in a place that does have facilities for them to at least be warm.
Yeah.
I think that's really important. I don't think that's not a luxury. That's a necessity.
Absolutely.
And I think that, one of the comments was, why not open the bathrooms? I think it does go back to, because a few people will ruin it for the rest. And yes, I love the individual who's like, I'm going to take coats down there. Please. I mean, if your heart is pulled to do that, I say take whatever you can down there, but know that
when you say down there, you're referring to Washington.
The Washington Park.
They also have, and I don't know if they're having it soon, they had something there almost every year where they tie, I think it's through the district.
The scarves and stuff. Yeah, well, I think that's one way to help. And if you're pulled to do something, I think that's the way to do it. I would steer clear of virtue signaling on social media, because it's doing nothing to help, but it's making the commenter feel better that they're MFing the city or this and that. It's like, okay, well,
what are you
show
doing?
up in a way that actually helps these individuals and these kids and these animals. I mean, do what you can. I don't know what that is. I don't know what liabilities are out there, but I guess do your homework. It takes a lot of work to solve problems like this. They don't happen overnight. It's not something that's going to be fixed overnight. And I don't think it necessarily falls on the city's shoulders to fix this or to provide this for our community, because a lot of them, I don't know that they are from our community. I mean, you never know where, and it is kind of the old thing that the more resources you have, the more people you're going to have, and then the problem kind of grows, and then you can't, I mean, I don't have an answer, but I do know that it's an issue, and I do think that in extreme times, we do need to have short-term solutions.
Yeah, and I'm sure we will talk more about this in the future, especially if those solutions start coming up and, are being presented, whether it be through the city or different foundations. We'll keep everyone informed.
And to that, I do want to extend our deepest condolences to the family and friends and anyone who knew the individual who passed away in the park. That is just a very sad situation.
Very sad.
Yeah. And then, of course, I mean, obviously holidays, we talk about shopping, but loss and grief, it is, I mean, everybody's affected by the feeling of loss and grief, especially around the holidays. So do what you can and help each other out, but steer clear of negativity, I would say. As much as you can, it doesn't help anything.
Yeah.
So then that brings me to Good News Brews. Are we ready, or do you have what were you going to talk about?
Oh,
or what were you going to ask?
One, did you know?
Did you know? I love the Did you know segment.
Did you know?
Did you know? Well, hey, What do you think about that? That was improvised. Could you tell?
Okay. Shane, you on for this one?
He says yes, but give me a second.
Okay, so I was driving around Quincy the other day and trying to think to myself, what chain or place, I guess, do we have the most of?
I know.
Did you read my notes?
No, I didn't. But I think I know.
All right. Let's let Shane guess first.
Okay.
What chain?
Chain.
So it's a type or a chain? It's not a type of business. It's a chain.
It's a chain.
Okay, then now I don't.
And I know there's 3 McDonald's. I don't.
Ooh, you're close. Is there anything in Quincy that's more than 3?
Yeah. Mercantile Bank.
Okay, go back to food chains.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one though.
Uh-huh.
But this one I think has it beat too. Maybe I could be wrong.
Really? A food joint?
Mm-hmm.
It's not
4 locations.
It's not a McLean establishment?
4 locations of the same food joint.
Same food joint.
Oh, I've stumped them, and this is awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Have I stumped you?
Is it? It's not.
Dairy Queen?
It's not Dairy Queen. No. And it's not a bar. Okay.
There's multiple Hardee's, but I know of 2 of them.
There's only 2 that I know of.
Is it fast food?
Ish.
Subway.
Yep.
Ah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
We have a winner.
Okay. Yeah. I love a Subway.
Man, I was driving by Subway, and I was like, is that the only one that we have left? And then it was like, no, there's one over here. No,
Walmart,
there's one over there.
8th and
I forgot about
24th.
the one at Walmart.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And
That's
here,
the sneaker.
it's a sneaky one, but I'll tell you, it's oftentimes the one to go to if you're in a hurry because they can take those sandwich artists. They know how to take their time on those sandwiches. Sometimes, it's also
It's definitely
hella
not
expensive.
it's definitely not the $5 foot long that I remember it
Now
to
it's like
be. Now
15.
it's 12.
So
15,
I
yeah.
don't go there without coupons, and
Coupons.
sorry about that. I never thought I would be a coupon gal, but I am.
I know they have a meal deal or something every day that's
Yep.
not terrible.
I
Yeah,
think it
but-
might even be the $6 meal deal, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, but I don't want. Sometimes it's not the same.
I don't want them to choose for
No, I don't want
me.
them to choose what I want. I want my $5 foot long, and I want it now. Listen, okay. Well, ever since Jared, what's his nuts, got in trouble, shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I mean, that's probably why our subs doubled, and they
You think
needed-
so?
They had a lot to pay for.
They got to
after
pay
that.
his legal fees.
Maybe.
Ooh, well, I will say that the folks who work there are really great.
They are.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're great, and I always
Great
go,
customer service.
Yeah.
I do like that when I go to like a chain. And
Yeah.
I love shouting that out, like the customer service. 'Cause customer service just isn't what it used
No,
to
it's
be.
not.
COVID killed that.
I think COVID killed it, but also we need people who lived in that moment to go train
Yeah.
these people, like you and I. And I'm not patting myself on the back, but we were brought up in the service age where you had to be good,
Yeah.
or people were going elsewhere.
Not only
or
that,
you would get fired.
Yeah, that was the big one. You'd get fired.
Now it's
it's
like-
like, can you please work?
They're like, oh, we just need warm bodies, which I get, that sucks. But it's like, okay, these warm bodies should at least be taught that when I call for something, and I obviously have a laundry list of things that I'm about to order, don't be like, is that it? Is that it? No, it's not it. I'll tell you when that's it, okay? You're making me feel like a fatty. Also, if I'm coming to get a $15 foot long, be nice. Mm-hmm. And they are. And
Yeah.
then, like, Jimmy John's, they're always nice. Those are really the only fast food places I go to anymore.
There are some from God. Is that it?
I hate it.
So
I hate it.
that's great.
Anything else I can get for you would be a
Yes.
really great alternative. And so you just need to have like a pencil or something. You like bing every
Yeah.
time you hear something.
I thought you were gonna throw it at me.
No.
I flinched.
I would if I were on the phone, next to someone and they were like, "That it?"
Yeah.
No, it's not it.
And I don't even get the last word out before is
No.
that it? I'm like, I'm not even done, with that syllable.
Yeah, I got a Mariah Carey my sandwich here real quick. So shut up and I'll let you know when I'm done. You know what I mean? It's that kind of stuff. And service goes a long way, I'm telling you. Like when I'm working at some, if I'm filling in for somebody, I'm like, let me tell you what goes a really long way. have fun with your customers, smile, act gracious. They appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do feel like it has gotten better.
You do?
Like, people are realizing how important it is.
Yeah.
That
Like, and there's nice people everywhere.
There's
So,
still hope in the world, according to Shane.
there is hope, and I don't want to seem like this like
Hope and
curmudgeon.
service.
I think there's hope. I also think there's opportunity for improvement.
Yeah.
And wherever that comes from, I'm not blaming it on business owners because I know they're in a pinch as well. And some of the places in Quincy, man, if you're looking for good service, we have some of the best here. So I'm not calling out anybody in particular, but there are certain people at certain places that need a good customer service training.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? I mean, I'm not going to call anybody out.
No, I'm not going to call
anybody. I think
anybody.
you know who I'm talking about.
But I wonder also, do they know that about themselves? Like when they're
don't
like,
know.
oh, great, it's her again, or oh, it's him, or
Well,
I mean,
I don't
You have to
know.
be able to register and read people's faces, so
I
maybe
think-
you just don't care.
I think some people just weren't taught, and they don't have that, customer service voice.
Yeah.
Hi there, what can I get for you? You know, that kind of thing. Because that was really important.
Yeah.
When I first started in my customer service, this was in on the phone customer service. They're like, put a mirror in front of you and smile before you answer the phone every time because it comes through. Yeah. And then also another tip is always act like it's your next opportunity on the other line, like someone calling.
Yep.
And when you provide this stellar customer service, they could be like, we really need somebody like you to come work for us. Here's $100,000. You never know.
That's a really good, yeah.
You never know. That's how I got my first big girl job, was bartending at the Abbey, and they liked my customer service. So
Great.
yeah, not saying that big girl jobs are better than bartending, because they definitely aren't. But it gave me my next opportunity. So there you go. Little tidbit on customer service. We can all use more of it. And it helps everybody kind of enjoy their life a little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of service.
Good News Brews.
Yeah.
So
Is this a service?
these people are always serving our community, and that is the Smiths. Donna, Brian, their boys, their families. They serve our community in ways that I don't even know. If I had a list, it would be as long as Santa's probably naughty list this year. But these people are definitely far from naughty. They do so much, from United Way to Salvation Army. They volunteer their time, but they do it in the most fun ways. Okay, so Donna and Brian, I think Donna is probably, I don't want to say roping them in, because I know that Brian and the boys are more than willing to help. But one, especially this time of year, Salvation Army is very important to her, and she doesn't even know I'm talking about this. So if you see her, tell her that we're pimping her out a little bit, because I'm proud of her. I think this is incredible. For the Salvation Army, this time of year is really important. They do so much to help people and kiddos in our community. So she is putting together events. One is being held at Wine Gal Meets Whiskey Guy. It's a celebrity bartending event, and I don't have the date, but you'll have to look it up. I think their whole family is going, and they're going to see who gets the most tips. So it's a little competitive.
I bet.
Which I think is so fun. And then they're also holding an event at the range for the Salvation Army.
I saw that. It's their second annual.
Yeah.
It'll be an annual event, is what I think they're doing.
It's just so nice to see people stepping up, especially around the holidays. I mean, we all need help from time to time, so I think it's just really nice. And they also have the tree for the angel tree out at Smith Brothers, and they just do so much good for our community. I just want to shout them out. So thank you to the Smiths. We appreciate you, and keep up the solid work. Happy holidays to you.
Cheers.
Yeah. And on that note, happy holidays to all of you. We know that we'll be back again before Christmas.
A couple more times.
But it's always good to kind of remember that, being grateful for what you have, and in tying everything together. If you have a warm home and you know where your next meal is coming from, and you have friends and loved ones around, we're pretty lucky. And if you don't, there's a community here who is going to help you out, even if we may not know exactly what that looks like today. We will step in. And if nothing else, we do have an EFB, which
they rolled out their new December menu, so check that out.
Have you tried it? Have you tried anything on it?
I'm still sticking with the brown butter, which is on there.
I had that the first time the other day.
It is
so
smooth like butter.
Smooth like butter. Well, thank you, EFB, Electric Fountain Brewing. Check them out. They have some great things to offer, and we'll keep you keep a little pep in your step this holiday season.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much. And that's it for
Coffee Talk.